Hello and welcome to The Lucky Roll, an eclectic channel for eclectic games, and today we're reviewing 5 Minute Marvel, a 2 to 5 player game which is a Marvel reskin of the original 5 Minute Dungeon game. 5 Minute Marvel is a cooperative, chaotic game in which players must scramble to defeat the series of enemies using the resources at hand in their decks. They must defeat door cards, which feature a multitude of goons, minions, supervillains, and crises in order to finally face the final boss to win the mission. Players draw a series of resource cards that have a variety of symbols on them. Players, in conjunction with each other, must match the symbols on the door, villain, goon, crises card in order to proceed. All players can contribute cards to a fight, but once a resource is used, it's gone. Players do this again and again, pooling their resources to defeat enemy after enemy until they face the final boss and defeat him with the same method. Players lose if they run out of resource cards, have insufficient resources to defeat an enemy, or run out of time. Players also have a selection of heroes to choose from who have their own unique cards that come into play, which can allow them to instantaneously defeat certain goons or challenges immediately, thereby saving the resources of their fellow heroes for the final fight. This is nothing more than a chaotic and elaborate match the symbol game, but it's done with such charm and style that you cannot help but enjoy yourself. The Timer is an app that, once downloaded, reveals itself to be the cheerful and upbeat Jarvis AI from the Iron Man cinematic universe. Once you tap the timer, he gives a cute little quip, counts down, and the 5-minute timer starts with an accompanying soundtrack to give a lovely sense of urgency to the game. Players then scramble to match the symbols to the cards as quickly as they can, whilst Jarvis periodically interjects to helpfully remind you that there is only 3, 2, 1 minute to go, increasing the urgency for the players with every little quip. It's a small thing, but it increases the atmosphere and fun of the game exponentially. Although you can play the game with only 2 players, it is at its absolute best when it's at the maximum player limit, as the chaos can get to the degree where the neighbours will start to complain. As well as resource cards, the heroes have various powers. Captain America allows all heroes to draw 2 cards. Hulk is able to go on a rampage and can defeat 2 minions in a row. Spider-Man uses a friendly neighborhood card to give his hand to another player. And my personal favorite, Iron Man, is able to literally pause the timer so that the players can catch their breath or stop their sides from laughing when the chaos becomes too much. One of the other notable little joys of this game is the sense of fun with it. The art style of the game is first-rate, with beautiful and professional depictions of the heroes and villains. But myself and my friends also found ourselves laughing at some of the villain cards that had dad joke levels of cheesy puns and humour adorning them. You would have, for example, images of Venom with the tagline, "Simbi Nope." Kingpin admiring himself in the mirror with the tagline, "Big, Bald and Beautiful." You'd have bizarre villains titled "Another Green Angry Dude." You would have a man in a fur costume drinking coffee titled "The Fluffiest Bad Guy." There was a minion with a slushie waving happily with the name Just Bob. And my personal favourite was J. Jonah Jameson, titled with the phrase, "Too much yelling." You have 10 heroes to choose from: Captain America, Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, Black Widow, Iron Man, Hulk, Medusa, Miss Marvel, Rocket and Groot, and finally Squirrel Girl, whose special power made me laugh uproariously loud when I read it. The power is called Tippy Toe. Any card that has a squirrel in it may be instantly defeated, and sure enough, when I looked through the deck of villains again, many of them were dotted with an innocent squirrel in the background, either minding its own business or mimicking the action in some way. The game has 6 end mission bosses to defeat, all with increasing levels of difficulty. And whilst this is a game that loses its replayability after a few games in a row, you won't care because you will have had so much fun in the meantime. This game is an absolute joy to play, especially if you're playing it with children. If you're a fan of simple, fast-paced, chaotic games and the Marvel Universe, then this game is most definitely worth your consideration. Until next time, this is Sean from The Lucky Roll. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. And until next time, good luck and God bless.